Good morning. Today is Monday, August 18th, and for the next few minutes I'm going to be discussing with you one of the most sweeping pieces of legislation the Florida legislature has ever passed concerning our public schools, and that is Senate Bill 736, the Student Success Act. This legislation was passed in 2011, one of Governor Scott's first bills that he signed into law. He took a lot of pride in it and went across the state touting the benefits of this sweeping law, and said that when this is put into place and fully implemented, that Florida will have higher paid teachers and we will be paying teachers more, and as a result of this law, student achievement will continue to improve. So we've been under the influence of the law now for about 3 years. I know all of you are probably familiar with this act, and certainly it has had a profound impact upon your job as a teacher, whether you know it or not. So I'm going to hit a few of the highlights this morning and just give you my take on some of this, and hopefully you'll be able to respond in the questions of this week. And what I'm really interested in hearing from you is how the law affects your particular work. First of all, this is a job relating to performance pay, which is a big deal. The idea is now the performance of teachers in the classroom will be measured by data collected from high-stakes testing, FCAT, end-of-course exams, etc., and other pieces of assessments that could be developed by the local school district. And of course that in itself creates a great debate as to how we might create a realistic and fair assessment for courses such as PE or art or music, or how do we measure kindergarten students to the same level as we measured 5th grade math. So all of those questions are still out there and under a great deal of scrutiny as we try to put all of this together. But the idea is that teachers will be held accountable for their work based upon test scores, and another piece based upon their ability to teach using the work or a rubric with the research of Charlotte Danielson or Robert Marzano as a measure of their effectiveness in the classroom. So one of the things we decided to do in Highlands County was use the Danielson model as a way to measure pedagogical skills of teachers. So it was my job for the last 3 years to go out into the schools and introduce this brand new idea to teachers. And I got out with the skin of my teeth on some of these faculty meetings, and I understand, and rightly so, this was a brand new way of thinking, especially when we began to rate teachers differently than we had in the past. What we found early on is that some teachers who had been rated outstanding all of their career, now when we applied their skills toward a specific rubric, we found that they were not outstanding as they had thought and believed, that they were only effective, in some cases needs improvement, and that really created a lot of dissension within the ranks. We're seemingly doing a little better now, although there is still a great deal in terms of understanding this rubric and beginning to implement this law the way it was designed. So there's no more tenure. Tenure's gone for those folks who were hired after 2012. This in itself provoked a series of lawsuits by the teacher unions in Florida, which you might want to take a look at. And by the way, this piece of legislation has dissertation written all over it. So those of you who may be still looking for a topic, or I'm sure most of you are still looking for a topic, but if you're interested in school law and the impact school law has upon teaching, the Student Success Act would be a good place to start in investigating some of this data. The quantitative and the qualitative data would be extremely interesting if you want to do that. So we're in the third year now, and by the way, administrators are also under the gun. Administrators have long been hired annually. We work at the pleasure of the superintendent. But now data is applied more to our evaluation as administrators more than ever before. So this work has created lots of conversation, as you know. It's a comprehensive bill. I don't think it's going away unless we get a new governor. And even then, the legislature, I think, and the leadership is still firmly committed to this path. Governor Scott wants more charter schools, et cetera, and this bill seems to play right into that line of thinking. So again, take a good look at it. I look forward to seeing your responses and hearing from you about how this legislation has impacted and continues to impact your work. So have a good week.